Hello and welcome back to Diana Who Fitness. Today we're doing what I'm calling a Pilates flow. So let's get down on our mats and slowly roll down onto your back. Now let's just take a second here to check our form. Make sure that your core is engaged. You want your lower back on the floor. You want your knees about hip width apart. And once you feel that your form is correct, you're going to press your lower back into the floor and start to tilt your pelvis upward. Your lower abs should be totally engaged here. When you get to the top, don't overextend your spine. Hold for a moment, take a breath in, and then back down. And again, go up. Pause at the top. Take a breath in and then exhale as you release back down. And we'll do that about 3 more times. And on this last one, just hold a couple more seconds at the top, take a breath in and slowly back down. Okay, now we're gonna transition to roll-ups. So extend both legs, keep your core engaged, and then you're gonna take a breath in and engage your core and up and over your legs. And you can do this at your own pace, of course. The most important thing is to make sure that your core is fully engaged at all times. On your way back down to the mat, you want to make sure that you're articulating your spine one vertebrae at a time. It'll help you remember to keep your core engaged. Okay, we'll do this a few more times. Now on this last one, as you come back down, grab one of your legs, then pull in the other, just give yourself a little break. And now we're gonna do the single leg stretch. So one knee in and then the other. And again, and switch, and switch. Do this a few more times at your own pace. Couple more times each side. And now relax for a minute, both knees in, and we're gonna switch to the double leg stretch. So you wanna form sort of a ladle here with your legs and your arms. Hold your legs out and arms out for a few seconds, what's comfortable for you, and then back in. You want to keep your head and shoulders above the mat the whole time. If your front of your neck gets a little tired, you can always rest your head back for a moment. Very important to have your core fully engaged here, of course. You want to feel it in your lower abs. Next, we're going to do single leg circles lying on our backs. So just pull one leg in, and you want to maybe stretch your hamstring a bit here by pulsing until it feels like it releases a little bit. And then shake it out, and whichever direction you want to start with, go ahead. When you're bringing your leg across your body, you really want to feel like everything is still except for that leg, and you really want it to cross over the other leg while the other leg remains still. You want to do about 5 circles in one direction, and then you'll switch directions. Of course, always remember here that if such a wide circle is uncomfortable for you or you find it difficult to do, you could just do a much smaller circle. Okay, now we're going to switch to the other leg. Loosen your hip socket a little bit and then send your leg up to stretch your hamstring. Just pulse it a little bit until it feels like it releases. And then give it a little shake. And whichever direction you want to start, go ahead, and we'll do 5 circles in each direction again. Last circle, and now we're going to do double leg circles. So bring your knees in and just give yourself a little stretch, a little break, and then send your feet up, extend both legs. You might want to put your hands under your lower back for support and keep that core engaged and do the widest circles that you possibly can with both legs. You want your inner thighs squeezing together, and you want to go one direction and then go back around the other way. Okay, last one here. Now we're going to transition to the side series. So pick whichever side you'd like to do first. And we're going to start with some kicks up and then in front of you. When you send your leg up, you're going to point your toe, and then as you bring it down, you're going to flex your ankle. And as you kick forward, keep your ankle flexed. We'll do this a few times. It's also important to remember here that the leg that's on the floor is your anchor leg, and it should be isometrically engaged, and it should be still. Okay, last one here. Now we're going to go straight into circles. We'll do 5 circles one direction and then 5 the other direction. And again, if you find the wide circles too difficult or too uncomfortable, you can always do smaller circles. Okay, last one here. And now we're going to go to the other side. So again, we'll start with the kicks. Check your form and go ahead. Okay, last one here, and then we're gonna go straight into circles again. Okay, now switch directions. So last one here. And then we're gonna get up on all fours. And we're gonna do a knee crunch to a leg extension and push up. One side at a time. So knee comes in, squeeze your abs, and then down, and then back up and repeat. When you come up here, you want to really feel your glute engaging. Don't use your lower back. Okay, last one, and now we're going to switch to the other side. And knee comes in, fully engage your abs, and then send the leg out and go down to the floor. Make sure, of course, that you're not flexing your shoulders here. You want to be using your chest mostly. You'll notice with each of these exercises that you really have to have that mind-body connection, because you have to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. You can't ever forget to keep that core engaged. Okay, last one. Now we're going to lie on our belly on the floor to do some heel clicks. So extend your arms out in front of you and just click your heels together. And now we're going to transition directly into swimming. You should really feel this in your glutes, your upper back, your shoulders. Okay, now we're going to take a little break. Just go back to child's pose here. Okay, now we're going to do a seated twist. So you want to just make sure that your posture is good and fix your clothes if you need to. And then you want to touch your fingers together and you're going to twist and your arms open, look over your shoulder, go one way and then the other. Now here again, it's very important that your lower body is still here, though it is isometrically engaged. You want to feel your quads, your glutes, your hips, everything should be isometrically engaged. And inhale at center and exhale when you twist. One more each side. Now we're gonna do an open leg rocker. So you want to hollow out your core, put your hands behind your knees and find your center here. And then you're gonna go back and then find your center again at the top without touching your feet to the floor. Now here, you really want your spine to be curved, which is why you need to have your core hollowed out, and you want your elbows to be out, your arms isometrically engaged, and just roll back and forth. You want to try to keep your shoulders down here. I know it's easy to flex them. Okay, 2 more. And last one. We're going to move into saw now. So sit with your legs out as far as is comfortable. Flex your feet. You want your quads engaged. Hands behind your hips, and just extend your spine, and then extend your arms out. Take in a breath, twist, and then your hand saws off your pinky toe. And we'll do this a few times. Again, try to keep your shoulders down. And when you saw off your pinky toe, you want to make sure that the opposite hip is staying down on the floor. Always make sure that your core is fully engaged. Okay, 1 more each side. And now while we're here, why don't we just do a couple of hamstring stretches. So just extend your chest over one leg. Again, you want to keep both hips down, core is engaged, and don't stretch to a point where it hurts. If it hurts, just pull back a little bit. Now the other side. Now we're going to go into a spine stretch. So extend your legs out in front of you. You might want to have them out at an angle a bit to make it more comfortable. Flex your ankles and check your posture again. Just make sure your spine is extended, arms out in front, and then you're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, you want it to feel like there's a beach ball in front of you that you're arching your abdomen over. Keep your shoulders down, and we'll repeat this a few times. Okay, now on this last one, we're just going to extend a little further and stay down for a couple of moments. And guess what? That's all I have for you today. Why don't we end in meditative pose? Just lie down on your back. Relax everything. Palms facing up. Feet relaxed. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me again. Bye-bye.